My name is Brent Robinson. I played for Coach John Mothershed between 1994 and 1998 with the football team. One of the first things I can tell you about Coach is he's a very passionate person. He's passionate about everything, almost to the point where it's infectious. Whether it's about football, and everybody knows about that part of him. Food, his family particularly. With his family, I can remember young going around the field house. His son Jared was probably 5 years old or so. And back then, all the players had these little shimmel shirts that they would wear. And Jared would have one to come down below his waist. Coach would have him running around with footballs, blowing whistles, anything. I can also remember his daughter, Emily, being born at the time, how proud he was about her. And one of the other stories that Coach probably doesn't remember, but during high school, his dad was sick with an illness, and my grandfather was too. And they both shared a hospital room. This was before the days of all the privacy acts and stuff where they had the separate rooms. And in the evening times, he would always visit them. I would visit my grandfather, he'd visit his father. And whether it was talking about football, which we seldomly did then, but or talking about Wheel of Fortune that was on television, it was really cool to see him interact with his family like that. And you know it was genuine just because of that. Some of the lessons learned from Coach Mothershed: accountability. Even after a couple all-state seasons and preseason lists, he always made sure to keep us accountable. Me particularly, because whether you was number 1 on the team or number 55 or 60, he always made sure he'd correct you, whether it was about your effort, concentration, grades. It was times when I was being recruited that it wasn't uncommon to have coaches come by weekly. They want to talk to you and they want to see you, just measure you. And so he would come to my classroom and get me. This one particular day, Coach came to get me out of class, and I thought it was just another coach to come talk. And he pulled me aside. He was talking to me about my chemistry grade that I had that semester. So he always kept us in check, no matter who you were. And that's one of the great things about him. Another thing that I really appreciated about him was he's very empowering. He spoke life into people, particularly young people, but it didn't matter if you're young or old. That's what he did. He took a chance on younger players playing, even myself, in front of older players, maybe not to many people's delight, but he did. And he would speak to us and say how well you can be. He saw us as what we could be and not just who we were, which was awesome. And he provided such a great influence for me, and I use that with some of my people today, whether they're work or my family members, and that's one thing I can remember about him.